Well, hello there, y'all. How y'all doing on this fine, lovely day? For anyone who was celebrating Mother's Day here recently over in the United States, happy Mother's Day to any of you fine and lovely mothers. Of course, this does not apply to you if you have raised a nuisance, someone who was on NGS who's always bickering, someone a freaking narcissist, someone who is always a freaking problem for society, then this does not apply to you when I say happy Mother's Day. But otherwise, I hope that all of you had a great happy Mother's Day this previous Sunday. By the way, I got a Legendarios. So that's kind of neat. I got a Legendarios just straight off the jump. Let y'all know this be so that way y'all. I mean, I have updated y'all because I don't really see. There's not a whole lot to be doing right now on NGS. So, but I did get a Legendarios fix it 4. So that was nice, and we sold that. So that was nice. But that did happen. That actually happened last week. So during when there was no RDR boost going on. So it just kind of just goes to show a reminder to y'all. RDR boost only means so little. But honestly speaking, like, when it comes to like these high fly items like Legendarios, the RDR boost only it helps, but it's like the drop rates are so low that I mean it's like does it really help? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you get these things outside of these RDR windows. In terms of like these super rare drops. Now of course RDR drop boosts are always good for like getting these augments and stuff like that. So that's always huge. But nonetheless, I figured I'd give you all updates here because we do have a new week of things. And so I still drop things on you. Of course, y'all know I play the game. I just play sparingly, of course, because all my stuff is maxed out and geared out, and we're just waiting for Vile fight at this point, pretty much. But we'll jump in here. So that way you are aware of everything going on. You have all the goodies here. So that way you can get Legendarios like me. Well, I can't guarantee that. No guarantee there. So don't hold me to that. Sorry if you don't have a Legendarios at the end of this video. But yeah. First, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So pretty much there's some key things here that you need to know for this week for those of y'all who are playing the game. And there's really just a small few things that you need to know. Pretty much for one, the seasonal shop did reset, which means that there's some more tickets in the seasonal shop. Okay, so you could go in there and grab them. I still haven't used any of my freaking tickets. So I need to, at some point, go in here and scratch. Well, I guess I used some of them, but I haven't used them in a while. I have a whole bunch of vouchers too, like 200 of them. So at some point, I gotta go in there and I gotta use my scratches. You have the 10 a day that are back as well. A new 10 a day scratch ticket, which is back. So you can get some goodies in there. If you don't have these goodies already, then you can get these goodies, and there's lots of preset skill things in there. You already have a lot of this stuff already because it's a lot of the same stuff. So it's not really a big deal, but these are free items that you can obtain. Now, there is also, of course, an RDR boost. As you can see here in this little line right here, RDR boost drop plus 50%. That started this week, and that will run for a week. So if you're trying to take advantage of this RDR boost going on, then you have a week to do so. Willy dally silly Sally. A grand week to do so. And then of course, after actually it's a little bit further than a week. It's 2 weeks actually. It's actually 2 weeks, excuse me. 2 weeks of the 250 RDR boost, which will end on the 28th. So next week, Dalian portion of the Solar stuff of the falls, urgent quests, LTUQs will start and all that stuff. So you do have that as well. Now there is a limited time quest that's going on right now. It's switched over to Dustle. Oh, so it's a little. This is a new one actually. So it flip flops between Dustle and this Writhing Malice Confined. So I actually haven't done this one yet, so I'm actually not entirely too sure how this one. But I can tell you for sure about the Dustle one is that it's the exact same of the Dustle ones that we had before in the past. Except for it's not a Gigas Dustle. It's just a regular Dustle. Which makes you go a little bit quicker, except for the fact that no one is really running it who should be running it, who's strong and geared. So you're going to be paired with a lot of maybe undergeared people. And as a result, it's going to take a little bit longer probably. But it is what it is. That's what's to be expected. There's not a whole lot of drops to that makes sense for you to be running it as a veteran player. We've seen this movie before. We have seen this movie before. But nonetheless, that's your situation there with the LTQ. Now, like I said, I haven't done this one. I don't know if this one's actually different or not. it's probably more enjoyable than the Dustal one. The Dustal one's really not fun. Like, honestly speaking, it's not a fun LTQ. Like, it's that one never really has been, to be honest with you. It's never really been a fun LTQ. But we have that. Either way, just remember that you do have the seasonal shop that resets. So you do want to clear out these tickets here. Grab these tickets. Boom, 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 bang, bop, bop, bing, bop, bang. Oh, I cannot stand that song. That song is so dang annoying. But nonetheless, you do have these that you can grab. So that's pretty much about the updates that you need to know for this. Like I said, I'm still gonna keep y'all up to date, of course. Cause like I said, I still play the game. Just don't play it a whole lot because there's not a whole lot for me to do. Like I said, because I have all my stuff is geared up. I have all these classes with max weapons and max gear, and everything comes so easily. So it's not a whole lot to really be doing here as a veteran player. But this is great for new players. Of course, you run this LTQ for new players because new players are always the focus in this game. Never the veteran players. They don't care about veteran players. Nope, just the new players. Just the new players, Yep. And don't keep your business with the veteran players. Just focus on the new players. Yep. Of course, do remember that they have a urgent quest schedule in case you're trying to catch any of these urgent quests to get these Dread Keeper Magus, Grand Dread Keepers, Magisos, whatever the hell they're called, in case you're trying to get those. So there is a schedule for that in case you're trying to get those, of course. But yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for next month. So that way we can add a slot to our armors. And hopefully there's something else that we can do. But until then, Nintendo Switch 2 comes out June 5th. So we're excited for that. I feel like that's like, at this point, I feel like that's like my highlight that's coming up. It's definitely in PSO2 NGS. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy NGS's combat, but woo, boy, they don't be looking out for his veteran players. Look out for his gameplay players. Nope. They just cater the fashion police, boy. Cater the weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to hop in the lobby and talk about booty shaking? You want to hop in the lobby and talk about how I can rub on them cheeks? You know what I'm saying? You want to go over here and you want to harass little Jane and Billy? You know what I'm saying? Well, this is the spot for you, Global. Oh, you gameplay folks. Yes, GG's, bro. This is a Diddy Party. All right, let me stop, y'all. I'm doing too much. At any rate, that about wraps up everything that I wanted to kind of just point out there, let y'all know, so we all are aware of what's going on. So you got that 250 RDR boost. You got an LTQ cycling, so Dustal and that Stia one. So the Stia one's surely much better than the Dustal one because it's Stia. So anything's better than that Dustal one. I actually think the Stia one is actually a newer one. So I remember them bringing it up and talking about the headline. So I think it's actually like a newer-ish one. Either way, I think it's better than the Dustal one. I could easily just run it as I'm doing this and editing this video. I could do that. However, I don't really feel like doing that. But that being said, if it's suddenly playing on the screen right now, then obviously that means I did do it and I put it into the video. And then so now you see kind of what this LGQ actually looks like. So, but if that isn't the case on the screen, then GG's. Just go run it yourself. At any rate, y'all. Okay, let's get out of here. Be sure to like, subscribe, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Holla.
Spike2 content.